Hey guys, today we're going to be discussing reptiles. We've been talking about animals. We've been reading animal books and how many legs animal has and what they look like, what they feel like, and even a book about what their tails are like. Today we're going to be talking about reptiles, and I have my friend, aka daughter, Kerrigan, and my friend, also known as my son, Jackson, here to help me. And let's get ready to learn. Alright, so first Jackson has something. Oh, it's got a circle on it, it's got a rectangle at the bottom, and it's got some kind of thick glass. What is this? A magnifying glass. Yes, a magnifying lens. Let me see. When I look through it, everything's blurry. But when I put my hand in front of it, I can see all the little tiny lines in my hand. The reason that we have a magnifying glass is so that we can see detail on things. So if Miss Stafford had a ladybug in her hand and I wanted to count the number of dots, sometimes my not so young eyes has a hard problem seeing all those dots. But if I get a magnifying glass and I look at it, and look through it and look at the ladybug, I'd be able to see the dots better because I'm able to see the detail. And detail are those little parts. All right, let's get to our first animal. Kerrigan, you have our first animal. And it's an iguana. An iguana. Now, is this a whole iguana? No, I have the iguana picture. Kerrigan has the iguana skull. Look how cool that is. Look, I see his, Miss Stafford calls them nose holes. What is that? Nostrils. We have two also. And then there is his teeth. And over here is his jaw, where he can open and close his mouth. Then we have his eye sockets where his eyes were. Okay, let's learn about an iguana. Iguanas have long, sharp tails. They can use their tails as whips to scare off predators. Oh, to whip them? If an iguana's tail falls off, it will grow a new one. Oh my goodness. What other thing does that? A starfish. If it loses one of its little parts, it'll grow back as well. Most iguanas are green. During part of the year, male iguanas may turn orange. When we say male, we know that means a boy. So boy iguanas may turn orange. And some iguanas even change colors to their surroundings. It's like a form of their camouflage. You know how whenever hunters go into the woods, they wear camouflage to look like the trees and grass and stuff, so whatever they're hunting won't be able to tell that they're there. Many iguanas live high in the trees of the rainforest. Others live in the desert, and some even live on islands and swim in the ocean. We learned about desert animals, and I remember seeing an iguana. That's awesome. Iguanas have many sharp teeth, and we can see it on the skull that it has lots of sharp teeth as well. They spend their days eating leaves and other plants. They are herbivores. Herbivores are animals that eat plants, grass, leafy things. And we're going to talk about carnivores in a little bit, and I'll tell you the difference. Thank you, Kerrigan. Our next one is the snapping turtle. The snapping turtle. And Jackson has a snapping turtle shell. Snapping turtles can't hide inside their shells. Their shells are too small. A turtle that doesn't go inside of its shell? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Have you? Me neither. A turtle that doesn't go inside of its shell because it's too small. Instead, they scare away predators with a snap of their strong jaws. Remember, jaws are the things that help us open and close our mouth. So, they're able to snap because whenever something comes after a turtle, he goes into his shell, but they can't go in their shell. So instead, they have the jaws that scare the predators away. Snapping turtles live in lakes and ponds and rivers. They like to lie in the mud under the water. They come on land to warm themselves in the sun. I bet you they like Louisiana because we have lots of lakes and ponds and rivers and mud, huh? Especially after the rain last night, yes. Baby snapping turtles can fit in your hand, but they don't stay little. They can grow to be over 100 pounds. Jackson here, he weighs 100 pounds. I couldn't imagine picking up a turtle that heavy. Goodness gracious. Snappy turtles are born with rough, bumpy shells. And as the turtles get older, the bumps get worn down. The shell starts to feel more smooth. It does feel smooth. There's a couple of bumps, but it's not as bumpy as whenever it first starts. And look, if you kind of turn it to the side, see, there's hardly any bumps. That's interesting. Thank you, Jackson. Kerrigan has our next animal, and you know all about this animal. This animal is a crocodile. A crocodile. And Kerrigan, what do you have? Yes, a crocodile tooth. Kerrigan has a crocodile tooth. Look how big it is. Look how big it is. Put your finger next to it, Kerrigan. It's bigger than her finger. And that's only one tooth. One tooth is bigger than her finger. Think about all the teeth that's in that crocodile's mouth. That's so scary. Crocodile mothers take good care of their young. The mothers watch over the eggs and protect the babies after they hatch. So crocodiles come from eggs. And in our other book, earlier, we talk about that. About the little the baby crocodiles hatching out of the eggs. You can't see crocodiles' ears, but they have great hearing. Their ears have little slits, and when they swim, the slits close up so the water can't get inside. A crocodile's eyes are on the top of its head. As it swims, it keeps its eyes above the water to watch out for food. Could you imagine trying to eat your dinner with your eyes on top of your head? Oh, I would get my pizza on my neck. I'd be a hot mess. Could you imagine going to the store with eyes on top of your head? I'd trip over everything. I'm so glad that our eyes are on our face so I can see better. But I understand why the crocodile has them on his head. Because that's how he can see better. Crocodiles are meat eaters. They have strong jaws and many teeth to help them catch their food. There's that word jaws again. We talked about the iguana and the snapping turtle. And they said that they have lots of teeth. And so does that. What animal was that? The iguana has a bunch of teeth. And they eat meat. And things that eat meat are called carnivores. Remember we talked about herbivores? And they eat grassy things, grass, plants, things like that. And carnivores are the ones that eat meat. Let's see which one we have next. Thank you, Kerrigan. Ready? A lizard. A lizard. We see lots of lizards in Louisiana. Me and Jackson and Kerrigan and my husband have been going outside a lot lately. And we see lizards everywhere. All different colors lizards and everything. And Jackson has a lizard that's in a fossil. And if you remember when we talked about dinosaurs and fossils and archaeologists and all those cool things, we learned what a fossil was. It's an imprint that's inside, that's on a rock. So we can see the little body parts of this lizard. There are many kinds of lizards. The smallest ones are less than an inch long. An inch is about that big. Could you imagine how cute that baby tiny lizard is? The Komodo dragon can be over 10 feet. Oh, a dragon. That sounds really cool. Instead of calling it a lizard, they call it a Komodo dragon. I know why they call it a dragon, because it can be over 10 feet. 10 feet. That's like Miss Stafford standing up with another Miss Stafford standing on my shoulders. That's almost how tall it is. That is a crazy big lizard. It does seem like a dragon. Lizards smell with their tongues. They stick out their tongues as if they are tasting the air, and they can tell if food or other animals are near. What other kind of reptile does that? A snake. A snake does that. He does it real fast. Stick out your tongue, Kerrigan. Can you smell the air? Stick it out. Can you smell the air? Do yours, Jackson. Can you smell the air? I can't smell the air either. So we must not be lizards. No. Good thing. Oof. Some lizards look like snakes. They have no arms or legs. And unlike snakes, these lizards have ear openings and eyelids. So snakes do not have ear openings and eyelids. But these lizards do. Also, on my deck the other day, we saw lots of lizards. But we also saw something called a, what was that, Kerrigan? A skink. And it almost looks like a snake. It kind of slithers like a snake. It's kind of shiny. It looks like it's slick like a snake. When it stays still, its arms go back like a snake. Oh, it was quite creepy. Scientists have found fossils of lizards that have lived long ago. A fossil is a piece of rock that shows the shape of an animal. Thank you, Jackson. Our next one and our last one is a rattlesnake. And Kerrigan has... Wait. Is that a rattlesnake? Does it look like a rattlesnake? It does? I don't see its little tongue. What is that? What is it?
X-ray.
It's an X-ray, yes. Some of you, if you've ever gotten a broken bone or something like that, you've seen one of these. It's a picture of you on the inside, and it's black and white. Kerrigan hurt her finger really bad 2 years ago, and she had to have lots of X-rays on her hand, and she could see her hand and all the bones inside, because it takes a picture of the inside. So this is a picture of the inside of a rattlesnake. Oh, let's look at the pieces of this. I can tell that it's a snake because I can see its body, but its head is really weird. You see its head? It's got 2 little bones right here that come out. Let's see if we're going to learn about that. Rattlesnakes have a poisonous bite. They have something called venom. And they use their poison to catch food and stay safe from other animals. When a rattlesnake sheds its skin, part of the old skin stays stuck on its tail. This piece of skin becomes a new section of the snake's rattle. I did not know that. Did you know that? When they shed their skin, it gets stuck on the end a little bit, and that's what makes the layers of its rattle. Rattlesnakes shake their tails as a warning. The sound tells other animals to stay away. Did you know that? I didn't know that either. I thought they were just playing music. I'm just joking. I knew. But I'm glad that you know now. Rattlesnakes have long backbones. They do not have arm and leg bones because they have no arms or legs. Which we know that because they like to do what? What do they like to do? They like to slither, yes. And wait a minute. A snake. Where do we see this at in our classroom? With the letter S. Whenever we say the letter S, we say S. Well, thank you, Kerrigan, for showing us our snake. I hope you enjoyed our lesson on reptiles. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you, and I love you.